Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Bit of waterfall photography today. I'm up at Kinlochleven and I'm going to photograph the Grey Mare's Tail waterfall, which according to my records I haven't actually photographed since 2016, so it's long overdue. Let's go. Now, if you watched my last video, the Glencoe River Waterfalls one, that was actually just about half an hour ago that I shot that. So, following on from that, you'll know that my trusty 20-40-105 lens is indeed broke. So, I'm going to have to try and complete my photo tasks for today and tomorrow using the 16-35 and by 70-300 only. I have actually brought the tilt shift with me as well, but that was for a very specific need, and I don't think I'll be able to use it much for the the landscape stuff. But we'll see. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's about 100-150 feet drop, so it's quite an impressive waterfall. I've already seen a number of people head down, so I probably won't have it to myself, but you've got to make the best of what you can, right? So fingers crossed we can get a shot or two here. I should probably say why I'm here. As you might know, I had a few Road to the Isles exhibitions, and I'd produced my own little self-published book to go with it, but I've been meaning to get the book professionally published, at least try to get it professionally. And I was going through some of the images in the book the other night there, and decided I wasn't particularly happy with the ones that I have of the waterfalls here. So I thought while I was coming up this way anyway, I would see if I could improve on them. What I'll maybe do is, for interest, is I'll pop up my current favourite one, my current best one, and I want to see if we can improve on that today. Fingers crossed. Well, look at this. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to do is use these fallen logs in the foreground, this little walkway that goes along the side, which I am not brave enough to go along, to frame up the shot, and then you've got the waterfall in the background. We also have just a little hint of a rainbow down there. Hopefully this camera's picking that up. Now, as you might imagine, the exposure here is very dramatically different, depending on whether you're exposing for the little glen here or the waterfall. So I'm having to bracket I'm doing 3 separate brackets, one of about 30th of a second, and the longest exposure is about 1/5 of a second, all at f10 ISO 50. There's no filters or anything like that, I'm just shooting as is. But yeah, it's looking nice, it's looking good. I particularly like the dramatic trees right up at the top there, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to fit them into an image. And I had planned on going into the water, but that looks a lot deeper than my wellies, so that's probably not going to happen. Although I might manage to get down over there a little bit. But yeah, this is lovely. Some really nice conditions here. So let me show you this in the back of the camera. I've framed up this composition. Hopefully that's focusing on this. Yeah, basically I've framed up so you've got the little patch of light. This light here, that, and a little patch of light there, framing the waterfall. Again, it's another case of having to bracket the exposure. But again, it looks okay in the back of the camera, so I'm kind of hopeful that might look okay. Okay, I've come up a little bit higher. I was shooting down there a second ago, so I've come up onto the little ledge, and that's given me a slightly better angle for the trees and this flowing water, but it's meaning it's almost impossible to get the entire falls in the one shot now. But it's a nice view. I think I'm probably going to pop down there now and see if I can get something with these little cascades. I'll almost certainly lose the main waterfall when I go down there, but there might be an image or two to be had. I'm certainly not going out on that gangplank though. No. Yeah, the problem here is not only is the glen in shadow and the waterfall's pretty bright, but the actual top of the waterfall is getting direct sunlight on it, and that's burning out no matter what I do. So yeah, this is one of those challenging ones for exposure. I'm just looking around to see if there's a slightly better angle. We have this tree in front which is obviously blocking what might be probably the best shot. But I kind of like this angle. You've got this tree here, and then the waterfall, and the tree is just starting to turn, as you can probably see. There's some yellow and orange leaves on there. Maybe try and see if there's an image there. Although the 16 to 35mm lens just is not going to be strong enough for that, so I'm going to have to stick on the 70 to 300. But yeah, it's looking nice. Right, what I've done here is I've come down a little bit. I've not went down to the water side because I've decided there isn't really a shot to be had down there other than your standard water pouring over a boulder type thing. But on the way down to the water I discovered this vantage point. I'll show you in the back of the camera. Basically what you have is the line of the water and then the fall there. Now it's obviously it's a bit bright at the moment, but what I've done is I've dramatically underexposed it, and I think I might have accidentally found quite a nice shot when it's really darkly underexposed, and the rest of the trees, other than these ones that are catching the direct light, when they all fall into darkness, it actually looks very dramatic. So I've taken the shot. I don't know if I'll be able to show you on the back of the camera. It's a bit dark just now, but yeah, that's the kind of composition that I'm looking at on the back of the camera, and it does look really nice. And I think with just a little bit of processing to bring out some of the detail in the shadows, I think that might actually look like quite a nice shot. He said famous last words and all that. I might try and take one last portrait image using the tree here as the actual subject. I quite like that little cascade there. The tree is obviously catching the sunlight just now, and then the waterfall is actually kind of providing a background to the tree. So I'll see if there's an image there, and then I might just call it a day for this particular location. So yeah, that's it for another video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a little thumbs up, it all helps. What I'm going to do now is I'll put up the photograph that was in my Road to the Isles book previously, and if you could let me know which of the shots is your favourite. It's either the one that was originally in the book or one of the ones that I've taken today, and whichever one gets the most votes, that will be in the new book when it finally gets published. On the subject of the book, there's going to be a campaign, a Kickstarter campaign to try and help fund it, but I'll let everybody on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and all that sort of stuff know about it when that's ready to go. There'll be lots of quite interesting rewards, including a very interesting reward where I'll be bringing somebody to my favourite locations and on the Road to the Isles for a day. So yeah, look out for that. But in the meantime, if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, bye.